Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a car mukbang. I will be sharing with you guys how my vacation went in Mexico. So today I went to Chipotle. I got me some extra forks to keep in my car, you know, just in case I need them. So I got some chips and some queso. This queso is so good. Here's my baby, my Chipotle burrito. It's with barbacoa. I was gonna get sofritas because it just sounded good, I guess, even though I've never had it. I didn't really want to get barbacoa. I don't really like their chicken. I don't like their steak. But I got it, and they didn't have it ready yet, the sofritas. So look at this baby. I'm gonna need some napkins for sure. All right. So in here I got lettuce, sour cream, corn salsa, the medium, which is their green salsa, cheese, queso, brown rice, pinto beans, and the barbacoa. So, for those of you who don't know, I went on vacation for a few weeks back in December. And it was my first time going. We went to Mexico, my husband, myself, and my kids. We went to my husband's hometown. We didn't stay in like a tourist area. My husband is from Chucandiro, which is a town in Michoacan. The main focus of the trip was just to spend time with his grandma. His grandma raised him until he was about 6 or 7 years old. And, you know, she's getting pretty old. She turned 87 while we were down there, so she's getting there. This corn is really sweet. And then my dad, he is from Cuitzeo, which is like maybe a 30-minute drive from where Jose's town is to where my dad's family is from. And so in Cuitzeo, there's my grandma and grandpa, which I have met my grandpa. And, you know, but I have aunts and uncle that I had never met. We ended up staying there for about a day and a half. And so I got to meet my grandma, who I've never met before, and that was fun. And just seeing the difference in the towns. So I'll be mostly talking about Chucandiro, which is my husband's hometown. So going in, I'm like expecting, you know, dirt roads, you know, all of the stereotypical things that you hear, especially in a small town, not so much the touristy areas. My experience there, I wouldn't trade it for the world. It's a very small town where like everybody knows everybody. I got to learn how to wash my own clothes by hand. They use like this stone thing. It's very different. I learned how to kind of conserve the water, because in Mexico water only comes on certain days, and they basically fill this big like cement tank full of water, and then they have extra barrels that they fill, because that's the water that, you know, flushes the toilet, you wash your dishes with, you take a shower with, you wash your clothes with. So if you if you can fill up tanks of water, you need to. That was new for me. Kind of opened up my eyes as to how much water, you know, we actually use back home. So yeah, I learned that. This is the queso. So yeah, I learned that quickly. It was just so much fun. My kids loved it. So every town has a plaza, which is like the center of the town. Every night we would go to the plaza and they would have stands who would sell tacos. They had two taco stands, and then they had a guy and his wife, and I think his son. They would sell hamburgers and fries. And then they had another stand of a lady who would sell like individual candy and cohetes, which is fireworks. So down there, you can be like 5 years old purchasing fireworks, you know, lighting fireworks. So all the kids, they would light fireworks in the plaza. And my son, he just had a blast. Because here you have to be I think you have to be 16 in order to purchase fireworks. At least here in Oregon, you have to be 16 to purchase fireworks. And the first time he lit his own fireworks, I was terrified. Like the last week we were there, we pretty much ate at the plaza. It's completely different from living in the city or living here. Life there is like relaxed. I understand it might not be as relaxed for the people who actually live there because you don't make a whole lot of money. But they do have their little shops that sell candy and shoes. Every morning my husband would go get fresh made pan dulce, and you had to wake up by like 6 o'clock, 6:30 to get fresh pan by 7 because you could get there and there wouldn't be any. You know, you wanted to get it fresh and get the good stuff. They have places that make homemade fresh tortillas. My husband's aunts and uncles were there because there was going to be a 25-year anniversary wedding, so there was a lot of family there. So we would go buy tortillas, fresh eggs. Everything there was fresh. You would walk to the, if you were gonna eat meat, you would walk to the butcher, and he'd, you know, cut whatever kind of meat. Yeah, it was so like eye-opening as to how, you know, people live in a different country. There's this guy there who makes homemade popsicles, and they're like lime, you know, those Mexican popsicles that you see that are like fresh strawberry or lime, or like the mango with the chile. But he would make his own popsicles and ice cream, and we would go just about every day, and they were like 10 pesos, which is like, I think right now it's equivalent to like 50 cents. I think they were 10 pesos. I don't know, but they were pretty cheap. And they were so good. They were fresh made that morning. So we had so much fun. We bought my son cowboy boots and a cowboy hat. And he wore that. He wore his cowboy hat and his boots most of the time that we were there. Once he got them, he was all cowboyed out. So while we were down there, I was able to go to a rodeo, and it was the first rodeo that I've ever been to. It was pretty fun. If my kids were to ask to go to the mini mart, first of all, it'd be a pretty far walk for them. And second of all, we live in the city. Like, I'd be like, hell no. Even if it was close, I would take them. Just because, like, you never know. First of all, they're young. They're still pretty young. But down there, it's like such a small town, and everybody knows everybody, and you know, you just kind of had that, like, carefree vibe, you know? So the drinking water down there, you have to buy, like, the 5-gallon jugs. So they would have, like, the water guy come by selling gallons of water. Ooh, that was a salty chip. A lot of people use gas stoves. So they would have the gas guy come by on certain days. Every Wednesday in his town, in my husband's hometown, they would have what's called a tianguis. It's essentially a street market. So the street would be lined for like a few blocks, just lined full of people that have their own stands, and they're selling like clothing, you know, shoes, jewelry, makeup. What else did they sell? Like kitchen stuff. They would have people that sold like fresh fruit, tons of fresh fruits and candy and dried seeds, and just like it was like the place where the people in the town would go to buy like their groceries, you know, their fresh fruits and vegetables for the week. So we went to that both times that it came. We went to that. We also went to a tourist attraction. We went to the island of Janitzio. That was fun. It's this island, and it's kind of like a hill. So when you get there, you know, they have a bunch of people that live there. They like hand make stuff. They have their own stands, and there's shops all along the way up to the top of the hill. And then once you get to the top, there's a statue. If I remember, I'll try and put pictures. But there's a statue of a guy with the fist. And so once you get to the top of the hill, you have to pay if you're gonna go inside the fist. You know, it's a tourist attraction. You have to pay. It was only like 10 pesos a person, I think. And then once you get through, they have like more stands, but it's like people grilling corn. And they have kids that will try and sell you stuff, and they're a little bit pushy. But they have like drinks that you can buy. So we ended up going inside the statue and climbing to the top of the fist. So once you get inside, there's just like there's steps that wind all the way around the statue up to the top. So it's pretty much a hollowed out statue. Excuse me. And then along the side is the railing and the steps to get up to the top of the fist. So we ended up did that. It was a pretty cool experience. That was fun. We also went to the city of Morelia. That was a pretty crazy experience. I have to say, I do not like the way people drive, especially on the freeway and in town. It's kind of crazy. Some people don't obey traffic signs. I'm pretty crazy. But we went out there to go visit the zoo. I didn't get anything to drink. Oh well. So yeah, we visited the zoo. It was nothing compared to the zoo that we have here in Oregon. But nonetheless, it was still a zoo. You know, you walk around. They had a little place for the kids to play. I would say the best part of the zoo is the stand that makes their fresh fruit smoothies. So good. I got to meet family I had never met. From my dad's side. And I got to meet Jose's side of the family that I had never met. So all in all, it was a very good trip. My kids enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. And of course my husband enjoyed it. Because his grandma is like a mom to him because she raised him. So yeah. That's how my trip went in Mexico. It was so fun. You can follow me on Instagram. You can see all of the pictures that I posted. Most of them are food, different types of food that we ate. Everything was pretty much homemade because, of course, in town they didn't have like a Burger King or anything. They did have some seafood restaurants that we visited. So yeah, feel free to follow me on Instagram. You can follow me on Snapchat too. I'll have the information down below. But I haven't really been posting on Snapchat lately. I don't know why. We ate a lot of good food. I'm getting full, guys. I don't know if I can finish this. There is one thing that I did not like about my stay in Mexico, which is the mosquitoes. Y'all, I got eaten alive. If I could show you pictures, I mean, I could show you pictures. I still have like the marks from scratching. Well, not the marks from scratching, but I have the bite marks from all of the mosquitoes. Like, I counted 30 on one leg and close to 30 on the other leg. That's not including, like, if you see right here, that's a mark from a mosquito bite. I have one on my hand. You can see that there. I had one here on my other hand. I have one right here. If you can see that, that's from a mosquito bite. Y'all, I'm not kidding when I told you they attacked me. Oh my goodness. It was so bad. That's the only thing I did not like about my stay in Mexico. And I put spray on. I used two different types of sprays. Excuse me. I used an off spray, and then I also used a citronella type spray. Y'all, it did not help. And they mostly got me. They didn't get my husband. My husband, even here, he doesn't get bit by mosquito. My son got some. I have some on my arms. Y'all, they ate good. Those mosquitoes, they ate good. Let me tell you. And that's with covering up. I even wear socks, and I don't wear socks to bed. It was horrible. It was horrible. I can't eat this anymore. I'm done. All in all, my trip to Mexico was one that I will never forget. It was just so refreshing to live how they live and learn the things that they do. My time in Mexico was so fun and so eye-opening and refreshing, and just makes me grateful for the things that I do have, that I see people down there don't have or don't have access to all the time like I do. And I'm glad that my kids got to experience that, because, you know, that's good for them to learn that and know that people do live differently than you do, and for them to be grateful for the things that they do have at home. Yeah, so this video, I'm sure, was super long. Thank you guys to everybody who has stuck with me and made it here to the end of the video. It was so good eating with you guys. Don't forget to like this video, comment down below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you have not subscribed already. And if you'd like to be one of the first people to know when I post a video, go ahead and click that little bell. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.